Last time, we witnessed Kosha the Kingslayer go on a grand elemental adventure in search for 4 runes, which he turned into a pair of goggles that allow foresight into various futures. Though it came at a cost, Kosha then sold his soul, or lack thereof, to a mysterious entity from the void, who promised to guide Kosha to the future he wanted most, and all he had to do was follow the dark whispered commands that escape from the goggles.
Kill the trolls, massacre everyone, destroy the Gurbash, subscribe, like the video, kill the trolls, kill the trolls, kill the trolls.
Greetings, heretics! Apologies, I couldn't hear you over the whispers. What's that? Where am I? Oh, I'm in the elemental realm of fire. It's cleverly called the Firelands. How did I get here? That's also a good question, and it's a really good story. So please sit down around the fire, really you can pick any one of them, and allow me to tell you the tale of how I overcame one of the biggest hurdles in any MMO. Allow me to set the scene. Cataclysm Classic has a pretty straightforward endgame that revolves around doing difficult max level dungeons called heroics to earn high-end gear. Where Cataclysm differs is its inclusion of 2 mini raid-like dungeons called Zul'Aman and Zul'Gurub, which give insane amounts of valor points and tons of high-level items. And this was all we had for like 7 months. And since the whispers keep telling me to kill the trolls for some reason, I decided to queue up for a random Zandalari dungeon. No guides, no shirt, no service, no bullshit, and I ended up in ZA, only to join when most of it was finished. Half the group had been executed, somebody was beating off in the corner, and 1 minute was left on this ominous clock above. The tank then attacked me in my whispers for nothing. I just got here. Then he called my videos cringe, wiped the party, stole a spell dagger from me, and left. Wait, but he can't even use that. He do be right though. I can't believe we've gotten to this point. I can't even play classic WoW anymore without motherfuckers treating me like I'm Jaime Lannister.
Kingslayer, role player, mage without water.
Oh, come on, it's not that serious! At this point, I've gotten so spiteful towards anybody in a heroic dungeon who dare look my way that I've started spitting in my food when I conjure it. I even put lobotomies in my spaghetti.
Mum, this tastes different. Did you put anything different in it?
I put a bit of...
Regardless, this slap in the face, knowing that I'm no longer safe in the random dungeon finder, was what led me to standing still in Orgrimmar next to Welcome Mat. Yeah, over a year has passed and he's still sitting here outside the auction house role-playing as a welcome you get it. I took all this as my cue to maybe not use the public dungeon finder for ZA and ZG, and to instead do these dungeons as the Lord intended, with my guild, Synergy. One problem, I wasn't a member of my guild. I was demoted to inactive. How can you say that when I've been here every day in your thoughts and prayers and dreams and so on?
Look at the bow.
The bow!
Need the bow.
Oh, guys, I gotta take the bow.
Sasha, what do you need a bow for?
Oh, that's a great question. I asked the very simple question, how does one become a member again? To which Fallen answered, play more. Wait, whoa, why is everybody getting kicked? What I thought to be a relatively simple question seemed to trigger a domino effect in which every person in the guild started to be removed one by one. When you're in a super sweaty top-performing guild that also acts as a literal cyber cartel and you're watching people get executed left and right, it feels like the wildest bullet in the chain roulette game you'll ever get the chance of playing. And whilst I thankfully didn't bite that bullet and remained in the guild, I will not lie when I say I still felt the smoking gun pointed at my head. It was there that I adopted a new goal, the chance to do the unthinkable. I became a member of this cyber cartel once by scamming hundreds of people and raining down a regicidal PvP raid on the Alliance. And I'll do it again, whatever it takes. Fuck the dungeons. Fuck the gear. Hey, fuck you too. It's nothing personal. I don't know, I was on a roll. I made it my goal to secure my place in Synergy and not get booted. And to do that, I have to play more. Well, you want to play, Fallen? Then let's fucking play Zul'Gurub. I joined a Discord call with some of my guildmates who were thrilled to be meeting the one and only Kosher, the Kingslayer. Yo.
Oh, hey!
Oh, shoot.
What's up, Coach? Fallen's ready for the interview.
Yeah, ready for the interview?
Good. I was not expecting that the first time.
I have so
Everyone
much
in here is 360 item level or higher in fucking world.
Yeah. And I heard this mage is a legend. We'll be fine.
Well, that's a weird way to pronounce deity.
But we'll be fine.
Here, my reputation as a god precedes me. Oh, come on, is it really a complex if I have a better KD ratio than Jesus Christ and it's as simple as that? Anyways, we pulled up to Zul'Gurub.
Okay, well, that's...
What the fuck is that?
Turtle.
I thought it was a tortoise. The first boss is Venoxus. This guy's bit is Venom. Ain't that a shock? Every spell of his is greener than an immature recycling bin with a Razer headset. You do not need to tell me that this priest is high. Anyways, after doing this guy 100 times, I'll say this. I don't know what he does. I know he links two players and they're supposed to move apart, but next to that, I couldn't be fucking bothered. If you want to fucking take notes on what he does, go watch a guide. Don't stand in the poison. Make sure to dissolve him in the acid that he thinks he'd be spitting. Next to that, I don't know. The first time we killed him, he dropped a cool ring. Wow, he's copying Sauron, I guess. Joke's on him, I'm the one with the one ring. Literally. And it's not going anywhere, I promise. Afterwards, we run past Venoxus's corpse dissolving in hydrochloric acid. And what follows is the goofiest segment of any dungeon, the boulders. We did it without breaking a single sweat.
Yeah, that's my favorite part of the whole dungeon.
Wait, it peaks there?
It peaks there? Yeah, dude, that's the peak. I mean, for me.
Bloodlord Mandakir. This guy is sick. The gimmick of this fight is that players actually have to fucking die over and over again in order to win. It's like a voodoo type beat. I love this shit. And the first time I fought him, we had a rule in place by the spectating Fallen.
Yeah?
Slow damage.
He's gonna be great.
You gotta let Kosher top the meters, alright? So you gotta hold back.
Yes.
If you're above Kosher, you gotta stop DPS.
That's bullshit. He's never gonna get hit.
I like this rule.
Some may call this a handicap, but me, I call it treasure. We downed Mandakir in no time, taking it like a Dark Souls marathon with multiple calculated dodges and strategic deaths. On the journey to the next major boss, who sits inside of a looming pyramid, we take a pit stop to possibly my favorite encounter in all of World of Warcraft. You see, there are a number of mini-bosses and side encounters throughout these two dungeons, and Zul'Gurub definitely takes the cake with the amount of gimmicks, mechanics, quests, side bosses, and optional shit that's available. One of these optional bosses is the Gurabashi Chef, a lone troll sitting in his house, cooking food for his family in a banged-up little chef's hat. He hasn't done anything wrong, he has absolutely no lore, but for whatever reason, there's a bounty on his head that we must collect. We lashed out and massacred the innocent troll, trying to cook up some food for his family in his own home. And honestly, I'm gonna admit it, when we killed the chef, I felt like the sun came up. I admit I have a history of hitting my mailman with a lead pipe, accidentally taking my neighbor's mail on their birthday each year, sending tiny explosives to the Stormwind auction house's mailbox, some of which they chose to return to sender. But all in all, it was this deed that made me feel the most alive, and I'm literally dead. Anyways, inside one of the striking pyramids within Zul'Gurub is the High Priestess Kilnara. Kilnara? Yeah, I sure hope we do. She's a lunatic feline lady whose only company just so happens to be hundreds of caged panthers. She unleashes the panthers during the fight, turns into a panther, and has a low chance of dropping a mount that's... drumroll please. Wait for it. Wait for it. A snake. Just kidding, it's a panther. While fighting her for the first time, I passed away. That there was a tactical death. The group is only as strong as the weakest link, so I figured to get rid of myself to empower everyone else.
I love that logic for you.
Sound logic. And with that, Kilnara is defeated. Another debate won with daggers and fire. And in terms of the Panther mount, it didn't drop. Panther, I hardly know. On one of the subsequent runs of this place, that's a few miles outside of God's jurisdiction, 2 of the many bind unequipped items dropped from the mobs.
Oh my god! Wow!
You see, in World of Warcraft, it is common courtesy that when these items drop, everybody in the party needs on them, and whoever wins sells them on the auction house. So I don't know what I did to make Lady Luck caress my face that day, but when BOEs dropped back to back while clearing trash and I won both rolls, I most certainly felt overjoyed. Until a paladin messaged me, and he was from Faralina. Oh god.
How much on that ring?
25k.
Lol. You're a joker. You don't even deserve to roll on that based on your shitty damage.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@cozy.
11.9k subs. Pink flower portrait.
That's me.
That channel is not all that foreign to me.
Yeah, the things that your race has done to these trolls is also not that foreign to me.
I may or may not have watched one of your videos in the past. Got us up. Your approach to this interaction was actually fun. Got me there.
Okay.
What did you do, Barry?
At the very end of the dungeon, after his ideologies flipped like Tanner Brongar off the vape, the insecure Faralina Paladin realized trading wasn't possible since we're on different servers. Yeah, like I was gonna give him any of these anyway. I told him to stand still, and like a good little pet, he listened. Then I kicked him for no reason, and he disappeared into the void.
Bye.
I was gonna put the ask for autograph.
Damn, that's better. Cozy, you're not on.
I'm sorry, I whispered to him, watch this, and then before we kicked him. And then ignore, because I don't want to deal with whatever the fuck he's gonna say next. I deleted the 2 BOEs because I do not give a fuck. I am Dorian Gray without the painting. God has a restraining order against me. As for lowly paladins, to whom I've had quite a number of run-ins with, do not ask your God why I am here. Instead, ask God why he sent me to be the one to punish you. I am so tired of explaining my genius. Move on. We trek up a hill and are faced with ghosts that cannot touch us. Then we are met face to mask with Zanzil. This guy is my second favorite boss in Zul'Gurub, right behind the chef. His bit is that he has cauldrons that you must click that correspond with these 3 different things he randomly does. If he summons zombies, run to the red cauldron to blow them up and deal damage to yourself. If he calls his big lads, run to the blue cauldron to freeze them. And if he calls down his graveyard gas, for my holy sake, please fucking grab the green cauldron or you will all... The 13th Major Arcana. Fun fact, death makes me turn down for what? I love this bit, and objectively speaking, he is the raddest looking boss in both of these dungeons. And he has one of the best gimmicks. We vanquished him and continued onwards. We fought a few other side bosses, did a few other side gimmicks, etc, etc. But then we scaled the massive pyramid in the center of this ancient Gurabashi settlement. After massacring some big guys, it's on to the final boss. Jindo, the God Breaker. Yeah, I'd love to see you try and break me. Fuck off. His bit is that you, do damage to him, then he goes immune, and these 3 chains appear that are tied to the ghost of Hakar, the Blood God. Ooh. We have to stand on these chains while big donuts are being sent down onto us, and use the ghosts of the big guys we killed before to smash these chains so we can break them one at a time. Then he's dead. Upon my first time killing the boss, I thought that this whole chain segment was like the second of 3 or 4 phases, but it's not. That's it. Wait, that's it?
Yeah.
I was expecting there to be something after the chains.
No, I told you. After the stompies, you're done.
The Blizzard ran out of funding.
You guys did great. I'm proud of you. I watched the whole thing.
Wow,
Yeah.
thanks, Dad.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
High fives all around.
Yeah, have fun.
You're not the boss of me.
Yeah, fuck you. I was blown away, not at the spectacle, but at the complete lack of spectacle. Like, seriously, that's it? What blew me away more was when the Mandacure's tribute bow dropped. And, well, you know me. I got 23 of these bows in my bank. And it has a 10% drop chance. I also got all the bows from Black Temple. When you're on a roleplay server, you can roleplay as somebody who needs bows, even if you can't use them. Ooh!
What do you need a bow for?
Oh, that's a great question. Go ahead, type that little comment, give me engagement. The tables have burned. The one thing that you petty inferior morons had as designated hunter loot is now mage loot. I also got the Hexer's mask to drop, and god, it looks good. Don't worry, I'm still wearing the goggles, they're just transmogged. The old gods told me that that's allowed. They also told me a lot of other shit that would blow your fucking mind, but we'll get to that.
So, Kosher, what do you think?
What I think? I think the highlight was killing the chef, and then like...
Dude, weren't the boulders the fucking highlight?
Okay, yeah, the boulders were pretty tight.
That's
Going
what I
into that
mean.
guy's house when he's trying to make food, that was pretty cool.
Murder.
So who am I inviting?
I don't
Joy
know.
Boy?
There's so many people that want to. Yeah,
I
Joy
don't
Boy
know.
here. I'll leave.
my
I'll
God.
leave.
You got Kosher here. Everyone wants to play.
Yeah,
Exactly.
pretty much.
He's YouTube fame.
Yeah.
With boulders and murders on the menu in Zul'Gurub, what could possibly make Zul'Aman even hold a candle? The answer is a mount, but we'll get to that. It's nice to cleanse the palate when speedrunning the destruction of all troll civilization, and so we ran a few basic heroics, and whilst doing this I came in contact with Lexra, the Blood Elf warrior. Now, they didn't do anything wrong. Matter of fact, they were a great tank and actually did everything right, but I was on my bullshit. Yo, Lexra, did you catch the game last night?
Game?
Fine.
Log hit the net for sure.
He had top game.
What game are you talking about?
Dude, come on, would ya?
This guy doesn't even know what game we're talking about.
And he should.
The Reds went 0-15. Come on.
I don't watch sports. Lol.
We're not talking sports, dude.
Then I have no clue.
Stop moving the goalposts.
Some of you still lagging on my screen.
Well, you should have caught the game.
Would need to know what it was first. Lol.
Yeah, come on.
It's streaming right now. You can catch up as we speak.
Where?
Oh my god, do you just ask a pirate where his treasure is? Be honest. Am I everything you imagined and more?
Will I be the G that I was?
No.
You have redefined the word wondrous. It now starts and ends with the word kosher.
As you have spoken, so it shall be.
Lexra, you're redeeming yourself. Keep it up.
Takes a knee.
Yeah, that's what I like to see.
Strange run. Heart. Later.
Hey, subscribe to Cozy. Lexra, if you see this video, stop watching. Go watch the fucking game. Okay, enough talk. Don't touch that mouse. Let's destroy the Amani. Zul'Aman. Zul'Aman, the last stronghold of the Amani trolls. The natives of Azeroth, crammed up in a corner in the forests of Lordaeron that they used to own. For thousands of years they were handed elves left and right by the elves. So why are we, the players, sent here? To finish what the elves started. But I must admit, it does feel a bit awkward getting into this place with a blood elf in the group, but the awkwardness is replaced with hilarity when you realize just how far Blizzard went to ensure we felt like we were on the right side of history despite being on the wrong side of that coin by introducing the timer. You see, if you free prisoners and defeat bosses within the time given at the top of your screen, one player in the party is rewarded with the Amani Battle Bear mount. So, in other words, if you butcher the last remains of the once great Amani Empire fast enough, you get a mount. Yeah. I'm sold now. Glory to the Sunwell, Baladash, Malinore, and all that, right, elves?
Shut up, Kingslayer.
Okay. Take the chef from Zul'Gurub, for example. Do you think I was born with a moral compass? Absolutely not. I just want the mount at this point, and if I gotta finish some old god / elven war crimes for it, I'll do them as many times as it takes and then some. Besides, the old gods are chill like that. Did you know that? Because I did. Anyways, first boss, Akilzon.
Hey, you guys are watching Bird Up, the worst show on television.
This first boss is a bird, man, and he's pretty fly. Thanks, guys. Essentially, this boss is the Valkyrie encounter from Icecrown Citadel. Birds will pick people up, and you have to kill the birds. If you don't kill the birds will bird and carry the bird people away, and they will bird, so don't let them bird. And then the bird strat is not to bird, and to bird the bird, and then bird. I got grabbed by a bird. Ask me anything. Bird, don't get grabbed by the bird. Kill the bird. Next up is Nalarak, and he's barely worth a mention. Right, thank you. So we do this thing where we're all like, ooh, okay, ooh, get him. Okay, he's pressing buttons on his keyboard. Wow. Anytime I go on vacation, I always have to pee when I'm in the car. So naturally, we stop at a rest stop or a gas station countless times along our journey. Oftentimes, these public bathrooms that I go to in the rest stops and gas stations have one stall inside of them. I'll walk inside, knock on the stall, and it's occupied, of course. So I grab the door and shake it violently. Then I leave and do not address it ever again. Anyways, Nalarek is a boring, stupid boss. If you disagree, you're part of the fucking problem, you fucking slut. Don't you know, there's the FBI's most wanted and the FBI's least wanted, and I just so happen to fall in between. So do you really want to pipe up and try to tell me otherwise? This is not a discussion zone. Move on. Nalarek is a terrible boss made by terrible people who have lied to and destroyed themselves for nothing. Janale, on the other hand, is a G. A swagged up fuck, a pimp. Best boss by a landslide, and here's why. Something about this boss and about this dungeon that makes me adore this whole little encounter are these fellas right here, the Flamecasters. You see, mages have an ability called Spell Steal, which, believe it or not, steals a spell from an enemy. Holy shit. And Flamecasters will occasionally cast a buff on themselves that increases their haste to an unfathomable speed. I'm talking Risk of Rain type B, so the bit here is to ignore all mechanics, have two mages steal the buff from the Flamecasters, forget the rest of the party, fuck them, and run up to the boss to absolutely blast it to hell and back. There we go, I got mine.
Right,
let's go.
Let's go.
You don't need me, do you? Or should I abandon them and go with you?
Oh shit.
Fuck him up.
Yes! Pump. Are you guys okay?
Yeah, we're fine. We got this. We got this.
We'll do it. We got it.
Come on, go.
We got it.
2%.
Got it.
Come on, we got it! Yes, dude! I died afterwards.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't count.
Good shit. Halazy is up next, but we should rename him to How Easy. This is the last boss you need to slay before the timer runs out in order to get the Amani Battle Bear. He's quite straightforward. He drops these little puddles that give you infinite mana, and then because I'm a caster, I just let everybody else figure out what to do, and I go and stand in my puddles and press my little fire buttons. Halazy is defeated. It's going from one captor to another. Let's not call this saving.
Oh, no.
And I get my mount 2 times.
Now we're gonna see the trinket drop.
I'm sorry. We were in a group with a blood elf, and I felt like they didn't deserve it, you know, lore implications and all that. Go ahead, type that comment. It doesn't even go in my bank, though. It just sits in my fucking inventory. It's insane that Blizzard thought that this would be okay. Whatever. Ow. Sorry. Hexlord Malakras. This guy is a character from Hearthstone who they decided to add into World of Warcraft. His entire bit is that he has 2 droogies at his side, 2 buds, 2 goons. And you gotta goon. You gotta take them out, and I'm not talking candlelit dinner. You do damage and you... fuck. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Hey, yo, stop wasting no fucking people's time, yo. Doing anything for a fucking...
Happy birthday to you.
Did you guys ever play Hexit? I loved Hexit. Hexit? Pff, I don't even know who she is. Anyways, we slew the boss somehow through sheer power and William, and we got jack shit for it. Didn't stop us from lying to Fallen, though.
Yeah, it was a tank paladin, heal pound 3 reps.
Dude, the trinket? Holy shit. Oh my god.
Oh my god, the trinket dropped.
What, a trinket drop?
Yeah, man.
No, it didn't.
He always did have a thing for trinkets. Don't know why.
What's with your trinket?
Dakara, the Invincible. Hey, I have that mount. This is the final boss of Zul'Aman, and the new temporary leader of the Amani Forest Trolls. This guy is like Zul'Jin, except he has both arms and both eyes and a worse voice actor. Don't tell me this guy isn't in every way a downgrade. But the Amani are sorta known for downgrades, unfortunately. Though I digress. The Amani Warlord has multiple phases in which he changes into various animals that have copious amounts of whimsical, wacky mechanics. He can be a bear, a lynx, then a bird or a dragonhawk. And like every boss in ZG and ZA, he has a lot going on, but I am not reading that, so we slaughter him, and Zul'Aman is silenced eternally. But I got a bear, so deal with it.
Congrats on your mount.
Thanks, man. Wait, does this mean, since I played the game, does this mean I can be more than an inactive member now?
Yeah.
Hell
Possibly.
yeah. Possibly?
Yeah.
Will you flip a coin?
Flip a coin in a bit.
While a coin flip in this entropic universe is certainly a nice way of deciding things, I prefer more than just heads or tails as options. I like having 22 to pick from, and that's why, whilst I waited for Fallen to get back to me on whether or not I'd get a promotion, I started a new business. You see, I'm known round these parts as an annoying thorn in the side, or in other words, the skeleton jester. I joke, I jest, I sing and dance, bone puns and cranium cracking jokes left and right, but while selling skeleton jokes may have made me over 100,000 gold in the past, with my intense barrage of jests, there came new competition.
Selling dad jokes.
While I love to see the inspiration, this right here meant I needed a new angle, so I decided to try something new, something no one would expect. I got goggles that can peer into the future, so I may as well put them to use in my new tarot card reading business, bitch! I may be the skeleton jester and a domestic terrorist, but I am also level 99 in tarot. Come one, come all. We're all fools until the 21st. Come get your readings. It's easy. You give me gold. You roll 0 to 21, and then based off of what number you get, I pull one of the cards, and your fate will be revealed. What do you say?
Man, you can suck my woo!
Fantastic! Helladin! Wanna buy a tarot reading?
Just this once.
40 gold. Roll from 0 to 21.
9.
Oh, the Hermit!
Don't laugh at that.
You know, what this card's telling me is that, I think you need to get outside a bit more, bud. Hey, Nushin. Okay.
Is that kosher?
Hey, wanna buy a tarot reading?
Sure.
Roll 1 to 21.
17.
My, for someone who shines like yourself, the star card is often called the luckiest.
It must be because the kosher is talking to me.
It is! I am selling tarot readings! You! Bunby the Noble.
You walk very slowly.
I have Lyme disease.
Hot.
Would you like to buy a tarot reading? It's only 5 gold.
Will it kill me?
Not if you do it right.
No bunnies. Do you accept non-bunny payments?
I don't know.
Oh. You said gold. Not bunnies. You don't see the 20? Frown.
20? Oh, Judgment! That is an amazing card. And an amazing future. Judgment means blah blah blah. Congrats!
I did great.
You did!
Can I give it to someone else, though? Frown.
Sure, but it's gonna cost you 8 gold.
This sounds like a scam.
It does! That's the best part. Because it's not. Ah! What have you done? Good God! My goggles have been transformed into bunny ears! You monster! Sith Roken! Hey! You want to give me 5 gold? No, that's okay. Just think about it. Alas, poor welcome mat. Over a year you've laid here. I've pulled the 13th card for you. Rest well. You! No.
What about the devil?
15. The devil. It's actually a card that represents losing your shackles. Shocker, right? Anyone who pulls the devil card is often ruled in a state of addiction or something else that rules their life.
Thank you, wise kosher.
Doc! Only 7 gold, and your fate will be revealed.
I'm sorry, I have no gold, friend. I have been away for many moons.
Just give me some random items, it's fine.
20.
20? That's the Judgment card! I've seen this one twice. It means that the future is bright and full of grand, beautiful dawns and beginnings.
How funny, he came back today for a new beginning.
See, the cards don't lie. Farewell for now, Doc. Though, I feel we may cross paths again. Only time is to tell.
Who knows?
The old gods, probably. In the middle of Ashara, I found some random blood elf. AFK, standing on the highway. Hey, you want to buy a tarot card reading?
What's a tarot card, and why do I need it read?
Tarot cards are actually pronounced tarot cards, not tarot cards. It's funny because of the spelling.
That didn't even remotely answer my question. Sugar.
Yeah, so what do you say, Hussy? It's just 3k gold.
3k gold? I pay you 3,000 gold?
Yes! And I'll reveal your future to you. Ooh.
Sounds hella scammy.
It absolutely probably is, allegedly. But it's not a scam, it's the opposite of too good to be true.
I'm not gonna play this tune much longer, so whatever. Sure, kosher, reveal my future.
Oh, shit. All you have to do now is roll from 1 to 21, then tell me the number that you got.
6.
6? You got 6?
Yeah, 6.
6 is the lovers. Seems like meeting you on this highway in the middle of nowhere was fate.
What's my future, then?
I'll tell you what, if I also roll a 6 from 1 to 21, I will give you back your money and give you the rest of your reading for free.
What the hell? Sure.
I got 6! What was that? 10K?
Whoa, bit more than what I gave you, Sugar.
Fuck. I can see all sorts of things with these goggles, you have no idea. And our future together after both rolling a 6 is one of them. So what do you say you and I add each other and see where this goes? Surely I had to have come here for a reason.
Alright, Sugar. So long as you keep handing me 10,000 out of nowhere like that, we got ourselves a deal. How about you port us both to Dalaran and then we see where this goes?
Alright, you got it. Portal coming right up. It's the most expensive portal I've ever made.
Say, I just got a queue to pop, but after my dungeon, you want to find out why they call me Hussy the Horse Girl? Heart.
'Cause you like horses?
Yes.
That's rad. I like horses too. I had an undead horse for a while, but I prefer the nether drays. It's a long story.
But I'm also really, really good at riding.
Oh, like horses?
Yes. This was the best 10K you've ever spent, Sugar. I'll see ya in a bit to make it worth it. Heart. Love you, Kosher.
Oh. Huh. What did I just do? Looking into the future now, I'm starting to see what she meant. You see, I sort of put myself into debt by giving away so much of the gold that I earned during Wrath of the Lich King to new players that I needed to regain it by making absolute bank. I also needed to pass the time while Fallen was making his decision on whether or not I'd be a member again. Afterwards, I decided to take a well-deserved nap. In some ruins in the Arathi Highlands, where else but this scenically beautiful location? This is a roleplay segue. Do you guys like that? I'm going to sleep in my comfortable room. I sure hope nothing hallucinatory spawned from delirium visits me to deliver exposition and character development.
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
Huh! Yo, I'm sleeping here!
That's why I had to wake you.
What a stupid fucking exchange of dialogue. Okay, what do you want, Lovecraft? And make it quick. I got an appointment with Husky the Horse Girl in like 20 minutes, and I don't intend on...
Kingslayer, you've deviated from the path.
The path? What amphetamine are you toking on, Barnacle Boy? Make it make sense. Make it quick. Come on.
You know exactly what I mean, Kingslayer. You crafted those goggles with intent to see into the futures only we can provide. To see the path that would lead you to slaying Deathwing. You wanted this, and the Black Empire delivered. Yet here you are deviating, moving away from the road that we paved for you, selling card readings and going on Darkmoon Fair dates.
Look, excluding people who pick up hitchhikers, a little detour has never hurt anyone. I'll go on doing my thing for a bit, being a member of Synergy, then I'll just get back on the road. I'll get back to it, okay? Sound good, boss?
No, it doesn't. You need to get back on it now.
Now? You listen here, cockface. I'll follow the path promised to me on my own terms, got it?
You do not have terms. We laid it all out for you every step of the way. An orderly road that led on for years to come. You've seen it already. WoW Classic will never end. They will keep releasing expansions as they were, over and over, slapping that tag onto the end of it, until Armageddon. That's a free excuse to make a trilogy every year, a cinematic masterpiece chasing after the final boss for each expansion? How could you let this chance slip away? A lucrative and formulaic model that matches Blizzard's perfectly. It'd make the old god central to the plot as well, leading up to BFA Classic when N'Zoth himself is the final boss. But instead of choosing the one road, the one plane of certainty where you know you'll have success and consistency, you instead keep turning around and running along for mindless distraction. A promotion in a guild, tarot readings, you've opened up so many detours and side roads, so many possible futures and outcomes that didn't previously exist. So many that wouldn't ever exist had you simply stuck to the plan that we had made. Need I show you the consequences?
Show me what? What is this? Is this supposed to be some sort of revelation like in episode 2? Is this really what we're doing now?
Not exactly.
Whoa, now you got too much dip on your chip. I'm not really chill with this, and I'm starting to think that maybe the old gods are bad guys.
Silence. Take a gander here. This is a future in which you deviate from our goal of slaying Deathwing and make a series about a goblin rogue named Flowerstain instead. What an odd thing that would be. Or perhaps we take a look here where your classic WoW videos fall off a steep cliff and you decide to start making tier lists and reaction videos, which strip you of all personality and heart, leaving only a hollow husk behind. Or what about this, where streamers react to your videos and unapologetically refer to it as content unironically, as you are used as a stepping stool for multimillionaires to meet a daily upload quota. And now we reach Exhibit D, where you find yourself burnt out and aimless, to a point where you feel no inspiration, and lean entirely into your idols, and trip into the pitfalls of imitation.
As Kosher Samsa awoke one morning from uneasy dreams, he found himself transformed in his bed into a scarab. Lord. What you're witnessing here is a Barney Beekeeper from Asmongold Reacts.
This is so funny.
Or you stop making videos entirely and decide to casually play classic WoW until Mists of Pandaria, where you quit on the mountain in Jade Forest that you've dreamt about for years on end. There's no point in this one. Come, why do you linger, Kingslayer? Let's get a move on. Another future is one in which you end up as a Death Knight named Judas who makes the worst rap music the world has ever seen.
Yeah, my name is Judas and I'm taking Advil. Everybody watching when I'm popping these pills.
Such pathetic futures await you when you don't do what's told. You were given guidelines. You were given a formula. You were given a plan. And you dare attempt to make loopholes or walk away? This is a gift.
A gift that, if removed, would blind me, right?
How many times need we tell you, Kingslayer, if you remove the goggles, you will be blinded forevermore?
And yet there is not one future where I'm blind. Checkmate, fatherfucker. You got it twisted.
Kingslayer, don't touch the goggles. Listen, and listen well. Kingslayer, your last trilogy was so perfect and so well received, it caught the attention of the great, all-knowing N'Zoth. What did you expect when spending so much time in a Saronite citadel? That whispers wouldn't eventually reach your pretty little head? The idea of leveling through an expansion with the goal of slaying the final boss in a cinematic story is a perfect formula that can be repeated until the end of time. A lucrative business model that you should never pass up. And think of it, really think of it. If you keep this up eventually, when we have BFA Classic and N'Zoth as the final boss, ooh, with these old god goggles, imagine the story you could tell while making N'Zoth the big bad all along. Retconning all of your original ideas for something more simple and easy to digest, easier to sell.
The big... What? Wait, no. So, wait. This entire pact that I made with the old gods is a ploy to sell my soul to make shitty videos and eventually get me to play BFA Classic? Are you fucking serious? I'm not touching that with a light-year-long pole. Suck my root, bitch. Look, I'm gonna rip off the goggles and do my own thing. Does that sound peachy with you?
No, you will not reject our gift.
Gift? You're a bad trip that's slightly less eloquently spoken.
I am literally you, the perfect you, the you that continued this perfect system. An easy way to make videos. Forget your own little dreams. Forget the future that you personally wanted. A lonely, pathetic fate on some rock nobody ever cared for. Create what people want to see, not what you want to create. I am the you who succeeded, the you who's praised, the you without imperfection.
Yeah, well, I had sex with your wife.
What?
The thing that made the Kingslayer trilogy so fun and worth it was that I didn't sell myself out to some formulaic bullshit that could be redone over and over again. It was because I owed something to my inner child and I fucking did it for him. I told a story only I could, with a plastic Frostmourne and a cyber cartel. I didn't do shit for any metrics, not for views or the algorithm. I did it for me. So going into Cataclysm, yeah, I never had any dream of killing Deathwing. So you know what? I'm not gonna fucking do it. The path that you've shown me is lame and unfortunate. It's like a snail with ALS. It's cringe, not chill. And if this is how the old gods customer service acts, I certainly have no dream of being on your side.
Kingslayer.
The name's Kosher, bitch. Want me to write it down for you so you can give your all-knowing god an autograph? Let me give you a word of advice. The next time you go around showing people alternative futures they created, don't let the bag out of the cat in terms of their agency. I won't try to act like I took these goggles to see the futures as some master plan, but now I've seen everything that I have to get what I want.
You sold your soul.
For once, you know what? The joke's on the house. I sold my soul? I've got no soul to sell, dumbass! But I still have my heart. I'm taking these goggles off, and I'm gonna make a banger Cataclysm series, one that'll satisfy what I want. You know what I used to do? I used to draw tons of pictures of Ragnaros back in the day. I used to fantasize about having the flaming armor from Firelands. And you know what? Maybe all along, what I wanted was to be the Fire Lord, not the Dragon Slayer, even if it's not conventional. That's what I want. That is what would make little me happy. So, I'll tell my story, then end it the way it was always supposed to. And thankfully, you have shown me everything that I needed to see. You made a Faustian exchange with a soulless wretch who so happens to still have his heart, and there's no art without the latter. Toodaloo, you raspy gimp.
This was not our destiny.
Well, times change. While I made my first character in 2007, I quit after a really short period. Cataclysm is when I really got into the game though, and the first character I committed to was a gnome warlock. Simply put, it was because of fire spells and the succubus. A bit later, I made a goblin because I was always teased and called a goblin IRL. Plus, they had New York accents and I'm from New York, blah blah blah. The goblins were my pride and joy. When Firelands groups were being formed in the chat, I always wanted to do it, to venture into that ember-ridden plane and skank out with the Fire Lord himself. Knowing that I could have armor that was on fire was the coolest concept to me. Ironically, I told myself that while I missed out on Arthas, I still had chances to do some really cool stuff, except I never did Firelands. But looking at this whole project, all these circumstances, this entire thing is about second chances. Just like how I became the Kingslayer, I want to do what would make my younger self proud, even if it's not conventional. That's what's important to me. The guy that kid would inspect in Orgrimmar and go, wow, I want to be like that guy. That's who I want to be. So with the goggles shattered, the old god severed, and the incorruptible Kosher the Kingslayer on their way once more, sugar-free, whisper-free, subscribing is free, all that good stuff, we make our way towards the future I wanted most. The one that I create. With a pocket thousands of gold heavier, the last of the Gurabashi and Amani slaughtered, and the wacky whispers finally silenced, twilight quietly fell upon Orgrimmar. Deep into the night, Fallen's coin landed, and it landed in my favor. Yeah, dude! Thanks, man! We did it!
You did it. For killing that fucking chef.
It was official. I was now, for the first time again, a member of Synergy. And all it took was killing some innocents. Do you see what I mean by this being a cyber cartel? Raskolnikov may have gotten a guilty conscience, but I got a promotion. I don't get how killing is bad. It's worked out really well for me thus far. I even got a whole title for it. But if the chef and my drip didn't give it away, my slaying would not stop at a king. For as my promotion brought an overwhelming jubilation, the elemental realm of fire churned, and the molten front that assaulted the Firelands head-on was opened. Arguably one of the most iconic raids in the game's lifetime, and my personal favorite part of Cataclysm. And now, as an actual member of my guild, hundreds of thousands of gold from skeleton jokes and tarot readings, and 2 troll empires iced and left for dead in my wake, I stood at the incandescent ingresses of the Vermilion Saffron realm. My goggles are shattered, my shackles dismantled, and there I stood at the threshold of yet another second chance, one that I could never pass up. Embers danced in the smoky orange sky, and the smoldering path to my fantasy was set ablaze. I have crawled, walked, and ran here upon burnt bridges to set ablaze the elemental lord of fire himself, and now, finally, I have arrived to become Kosher, the Fire Lord. But that is a tale for another time.